Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Yes, I haven't really talked about AEW on this show, but I absolutely have to start today's show with Mariah May and Toni Storm. Now, on March 9th, there was the AEW Revolution pay-per-view. And there was a ton of matches, ton of decent matches, ton of good matches. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good pay-per-view. But the absolute best thing that AEW has done story-wise throughout their whole history as a company has been Mariah May and Toni Storm. And at AEW Revolution, they had the trilogy, they had their finale, their Hollywood ending, whatever you want to call it, but it was brilliant. The whole story, all of the matches, the interactions, the promos, everything that Mariah May and Toni Storm has done has been world class. The absolute best story that AEW has produced in the history of that company, and it may be the best story produced in all of wrestling since the start of the Mariah May and Toni Storm story. Toni Storm is one of the best professional wrestlers, sports entertainers on the planet, and she drew the absolute best out of Mariah May, and it was a joy to watch. That's one of the sole reasons I tuned in to the AEW Revolution pay-per-view was to see the finale of this amazing story and just watch it come to an end. And hopefully this carries both women into doing great things further for AEW, because their story is the pinnacle of AEW. And just cheers, congratulations, kudos to Mariah May and Toni Storm. Now, because I don't normally talk about AEW on this show, but if you're a wrestling fan and you tune into this show, Pro Wrestling Daily, you absolutely should have been paying attention to Mariah May and Toni Storm and the brilliance that they produced on AEW. Now, moving on to the March 10th edition of Monday Night Raw. What will we see on that edition of Monday Night Raw? The biggest thing that we're going to see is this steel cage match between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Now, there are a couple options in terms of what might happen. There are some rumors floating around that John Cena will be at Monday Night Raw. He will enter the steel cage. He will cost CM Punk the match, and Seth Rollins will be the third member of the Rock John Cena team. I don't know what they're calling themselves. Definitely not calling themselves the Authority. That's already been taken, thanks Seth Rollins and Triple H. But I don't know what the Rock's calling the group. I don't know. But that's a potential option there, that John Cena enters the steel cage. He costs CM Punk the match, giving the match to Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins has to beat CM Punk. That's the only thing on his mind. He's uber obsessed and possessed by that fact. So he sells his soul to The Rock and to John Cena to get that job done. So he potentially could see a John Cena, a heel John Cena, an evil John Cena on the March 10th edition of Monday Night Raw. Now, some other options that might happen is that Roman Reigns finally returns to WWE television. Now, I think Seth Rollins ultimately will win this contest. CM Punk got one win against him like a month back when they wrestled on Monday Night Raw. Boom, that was good for CM Punk. Now Seth Rollins is going to win. Either John Cena is going to help him, and he's going to become another member of that group as he's selling his soul to The Rock, or he's just going to beat him clean in the center of the ring with a gigantic stomp, just like CM Punk beat him clean with the go to sleep a few months back when they wrestled on Raw. Now Rollins will beat him clean in the middle of the ring with a stomp. This won't end their feud. It doesn't matter that it's going to be a vicious, brutal, great matchup with two great professional wrestlers. Both guys are obsessed with destroying each other with some real, very real life hatred mixed in between. Now the match is over. Boom. There's the tribal chief. Roman Reigns returns, spears the shit, I think, out of everyone. Just spears the shit out of everyone. He's coming for Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins is one that did that absolute damage with the two nasty stomps at the Royal Rumble. But why not? CM Punk's right there. Might as well dominate his ass too, because the tribal chief is back and he's looking to regain what is his. He's looking to regain what is his, and he has to go through everyone to do it. So Seth Rollins wins that match clean And then Roman Reigns returns to a massive ovation on Monday Night Raw, spears everyone, potentially setting up one of the biggest triple threat matches in the history of WWE at WrestleMania 41, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. So that's what I think is going to be the biggest moment on the March 10th edition of Monday Night Raw. And then, of course, everyone all the time is talking about John Cena and his heel turn. Was John Cena's heel turn the best ever? Was it the best heel turn of all time? People are comparing it to when Anakin Skywalker got seduced to the dark side. Now John Cena's posting all these Darth Vader things on his Instagram. John Cena is all in to the evil side. But was this the best heel turn ever? In my eyes, simply because this is one of the only heel turns I've seen live. I didn't see Hulk Hogan's heel turn live. I didn't see Shawn Michaels' heel turn live when he threw Marty Jannetty through the glass. I'm pretty sure I saw Seth Rollins' heel turn when he did the turned on the Shield. But I was totally invested and into it because I'm doing this show and I care about wrestling and I'm watching wrestling and I'm saw the John Cena heel turn live in color with my full emotion, with my full reaction. And so to me, simply because I saw that one live, it's the best heel turn ever for me because my emotions, how I felt about it, I can't imagine how young kids or young people felt about John Cena turning to the dark side. And so for me, yes, it is the best heel turn of all time. So I rank that number one. Hogan to NWO is number two. I think Shawn Michaels turning on Marty Jannetty is number three. And then Seth Rollins turning on the Shield is number four. But simply because I saw John Cena and The Rock and Cody Rhodes do it live, happen, real, right there for me, it's the best one of all time. And it's turning out really well for the WWE. And we'll see what happens on the March 10th edition of Monday Night Raw. Because of it, will we see John Cena? We know Roman Reigns is definitely coming back. Boom, we're on the road to WrestleMania. This shit is awesome. So please comment below right now what you think, your predictions, agree, disagree. Would absolutely love to hear from you as we grow this channel together. So please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with every single wrestling fan you know on the planet. And I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.